Alright, so I want to touch up on two things. Today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm not, don't mind me playing video games right now. I want to touch up on two things. Number one is the future of organizations, right? And number two is the future of gaming assets. Okay, I'm in no way, shape, or form an expert. Experts are the ones that are actually creating all these protocols. The behind the scenes of how all these things are gonna work. Now, the future of organizations is something that I'm really interested in, because you could see it, and especially in gaming, you could apply all this, into any organization. It doesn't matter what it is. But since I'm part of the gaming community and I play video games every single day, I see the frustrations within the gaming community. Number one, I saw yesterday, who was it? This caster, this Call of Duty caster, Evans. I think his name is Evans. The bald guy. He was talking about how frustrating Warzone is, and how many hackers there is, and and how come you can't really block block people more than you can't really block more than 200 people, and he was just ranting about things that are pretty simple and they're easy to change. I think, and I think the community would agree that those things are things that should be implemented. Let me block more people. That's not a hard thing. Just allow me to block more people. Allow me to go on streamer mode. If you're a big streamer and you get in stream snipe, it's kind of annoying. I can see how that's kind of annoying. I never experienced that, but I can see it. Imagine people knowing where you're at every single time, and they see your name in the feed and they go see your stream. I mean, it's kind of the price that you pay, but at the same time, it's I think games should protect those content creators, because then you got frustrated content creators that don't really want to play your game, and then you see that all across. You see XQC. A lot of the times he doesn't even want to play Overwatch or Counter-Strike or even Call of Duty. He doesn't want to play them. He likes those games, but he doesn't want to play them because he knows he's gonna get stream sniped. So it's fuck that. I'm sure he's like, okay, let me play a little bit of this, and then he's like, and he said it before on stream, okay, I know I'm gonna get stream sniped, and he even thinks about games in terms of how much does he get stream sniped. So he decides on games a lot of the times on whether he feels okay with being stream sniped at the moment or not. And that shouldn't be that just shouldn't be something you should think about. Oh wait, I'm gonna get stream sniped in this game, so I'm not gonna play it even though I want to play it. And you see it, a lot of streamers have that problem. Shroud all the time, it's well, I'm gonna play this game off stream because then I'll get stream sniped. Oh, I'll try it off stream because then I'm gonna get stream sniped. Things like that. It's a problem. It's a problem, and that's just one of the problems. Put this as an example. So how do you fix that? If the community, it's ranting about it, or the streamers are ranting about it, hey, bro, I'm getting stream sniped, I'm frustrated, I like this game, I love it, but I'm getting frustrated. How do we change that? How do we make a change? How do we force a change in a democratic way? How do we force that change? There's no real way right now. The only real way right now, it's just ranting on Twitter or Reddit or whatever, or on their comments on Twitter. You go to Call of Duty website, or not website, Twitter, and then you comment on their shit. They're like, hey, yo, make this change. But that doesn't really, that never really gets you anywhere, and we all know that. It doesn't really get the community anywhere because there's no actual decisions being made on what people are saying there. So how do you make it so that the community has a say? And that's where decentralized, autonomous organizations come in. The future is something along the lines where the community has a vote, and the community could make proposals. Something like this website, what's it called? I think it's Change It, where you can make a proposal and people sign, right? But the thing about that website is that when people sign, how do you know that that person signing is not just a bunch of bots making signatures? That's why those signatures never really get you anywhere. Because how do you make sure that those people that are signing are actual people? It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. So that's where the problem lies. Okay, you could decentralize it, all the decisions. People vote on decisions. Let's say Evans makes a proposal, and he says, I think Call of Duty should implement streamer mode. And then the community votes on whether that should be implemented or not. It's not up to the devs. It's up to the people that play the game. Now, how do you make those votes actual people? Like, it's not a bunch of bots just saying yeah or no. That's just too easy to exploit. So through the blockchain you could do that. You could actually do that through the blockchain. You could I'll explain in a simple form, and this is the best way I'll explain it. I'm sure like developers and stuff like that could explain it way better, but I'm gonna explain it in a simple form. Okay. So through the blockchain, you could grab person A, right? Let's make it smaller. You could grab person A. You could grab, the actual proposal, which is this one. Right? And then you could grab the actual system that identifies whether this person is true or not. Now, you can make it in a way where you could basically make it in a way that the blockchain, this is the blockchain, this represents the blockchain, grabs the information from this guy, right? Grabs the information from this guy, the ID, to know that this person is real, like your actual ID. But then once the blockchain knows this person is real, then it basically throws away the information. It burns it. It burns the information, but then sends to the proposal that yes, this person is real and this person can vote, right? So that's what the blockchain does. I don't know if this is a good graph, but basically, like I said, the blockchain identifies you, right? But never stores your information. It burns it. The only thing that the blockchain is doing here, is identifying you as a real person, and then burning your information, so nobody stores your information, nobody has it, and then allowing you, verifying you, whitelisting you into voting into this proposal. So this is proposal. So that's the power of blockchain. You could do that in the blockchain. So I think the future lies somewhere around there. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the future of NFTs, which is non-fungible token. Don't worry about the name, because this is for people. All I'm talking about is for people that don't know and don't understand this. So if you are a blockchain enthusiast or you're into the blockchain world, you probably get all this. So, or at least you get it in the surface. So let me explain to people what non-fungible tokens are. So non-fungible tokens are just basically tokens that you could, they're transferable tokens. And so you can make skins, you can make weapons, you can make all this, you can make art non-fungible, you can make all that non-fungible tokens. Okay, so let's say you grab, you got Call of Duty, right? I don't even know what I'm doing here. Hello? How do I grab this? Hey, hello, I want to grab this. Okay, so you got Call of Duty here. Let's back this up. Alright, so you got Call of Duty right here. Boom. You got Call of Duty. And I put Call of Duty because, that's a game that I played a lot. I'm not playing it right now, but, you got Call of Duty here in black. And then you got Call of Duty selling. You got Call of Duty selling skins, right? Or Yeah, you got Call of Duty selling skins. And we'll put the skin right here. So you got the skin. All right. So now that skin, when you buy it, is yours, right? When you buy that skin, is yours. Now that skin lives in your wallet. That skin lives in your wallet. So what does that skin do for you? Why do you want to own that skin on the blockchain, right? And why do you want to make that an asset? It's very simple, right? If you got this skin, then with that skin, what you can do now is you can send that skin, right, into a contract. And we'll put this as a contract. We'll put this as a contract. And then you send your skin there. And I will put the skin inside the contract. No. This is the contract. Now we want to make another one right here. This is the skin. You put the skin right here in the contract. Right? And then somebody could grab that skin that is in this contract and rent it from you. They could rent that skin from you. Now that skin lives in this contract. That skin is never gonna be transferred to this person right here. This, we'll put this as a person right here. Right. This person rents your skin because you put it in the contract. He rents it. And then what the contract allows you is that it allows for this person to use it. This person to use the skin. But he never gets the skin in his wallet or in his account. He never gets it. He has the ability to use it for whatever the time or whatever the contract parameters are. He gets to use it. So if you person, this person, me, that owns the skin, says, you know, I'll put this skin for $1 for 1 day rental, you know, so you rent the skin for $1 for 1 day. This person says, you know what, yeah, let me rent it for 1 day. And then once that expires, then he no longer has access to this contract. So what you're doing here is that you're spreading the economy to the players, you know, you're spreading the economy to the players. Call of Duty already made money by selling the skin, but now the player that has the skin now can actually make money off their skin. And why wouldn't they? You know, it's like anything else in life. If I have a house, right, I could rent it. If I have a car, I could rent it, right? Or I could lend it. I could lend it to somebody, to a friend. I could put it on a contract, right? And instead of sending him directly the skin, right? Let's say this is my friend right here. Instead of sending the skin directly to him, then I put it in a contract, but I put it for $0. And then I put in the parameters that he could use it for 3 days. And then I send him the contract, and then he could use it for $0 for 3 days. I lend it to him for 3 days. But that assures me, that contract assures me that he will not keep my skin, right? And he could be your friend and everything, but what about if he's a bad player? Like, bad player, I mean in the sense of, like, what if he's a bad person? He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna never give it back. You know, how many times back in the day, and maybe people didn't do it on purpose, but how many times did you lend a controller to a friend, but he never gave it back? You know? He never gave it back. So it's kind of the same thing here. But here's in the digital world, it allows you to put this in a contract, lend it to a friend, or rent it to a friend, or rent it to a random person, and that person never knows you either. That's the beauty of this. If somebody rents it from you, he never knows party A. Like, he doesn't know your name. This is party B, right? He doesn't know your name. All he knows is that he's renting a skin on the market, and that's it. That's all he knows. Party A never knows Party B, and Party B never knows Party A. It's that simple. So the back end of all this, it's complicated. I don't know how to explain it. I don't even understand it myself because that's just coding and stuff like that. But once all the systems are in place, that's just the future of gaming. And if you don't see it, how valuable this is, then maybe you should read a little bit more and convince yourself of the future. Like this is so like it's there, and it's happening right now. It under your eyes, behind your eyes, or whatever you call it, or like under your nose, like it's happening. This is a growing industry right now, and it's gonna take you by surprise. It's gonna take you by surprise. And my problem is that some people are like, nah, I just don't see it. Just because you say you don't see it, you know, just because you say no, I don't believe in that, or just because you decide to ignore where the industry is going, doesn't mean it's not happening. It's happening. And it's one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, damn, I bought Call of Duty, and it's gonna be in your benefit. So it's nothing bad. So you could just wait for that moment. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna be part of the change as we go, because that's exciting for me. Because I have a say right now. If I go into a game right now that is developing something like this, and that has a system like this, and there's a few which I'm part of, then I have a say. I'm like, maybe we should do it this way. They take your input into consideration, whether it's input of bugs or an idea. They take it into consideration, whether they implement it or not. They take it into consideration, so you're part of the change. Now, when all the systems are in place, you're not gonna have a say. It is how it is. You weren't part of the change. So that's why I like being part of this, of the decentralization, and it's just beautiful, honestly. Well, I'm gonna end it right here. I hope I explained myself. I just kind of wanted to get that off my chest, and I wanted to test myself just talking, Maybe I'm not that good at it, but I'll get better. I really want to test myself just talking about things that I have in my mind, because it helps me put them together, put the ideas together. When you talk about them, it helps you put it together. Sometimes you understand it, but how do you translate that to other people? And that's not easy. There's some people that are really, really good at that. They're just naturals at that. I'm a natural, I guess, entertainer, but not necessarily a natural speaker. Like I'm not a fucking whatchamacallit. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I see myself in the future. Talking to thousands of people, in a stage. I see it. Whether it's inspiring them, whether it's talking about a product, whatever it is. I see myself in the future talking to thousands of people. And this is kind of like, like the beginning of that, This is kind of the beginning of me, talking to people. This is online, you don't have the people in front of you, so you're not really like sweating. I've been in front of people and I like doing it, but I still sweat. I still like, fuck, okay, you gotta, that fear, you gotta beat it every time. And I talk to people that that are musicians and stuff like that, and they tell me, bro, every single time I go into the stage, before I go to the stage, I'm shitting my pants. And even when I'm on stage, I shit in my pants. I sweat, but then I take over and I just make it happen. And the creative flow goes in, and then you're like, fuck, and you're just rolling, So same thing with this. I want to get to that point where, like, I'm rolling. I'm just like, boom, fuck it, and I could translate. I know I do that. I'm pretty good at streaming, kind of. I've been doing it for 3 years, and it's similar. I've done it for 10 hours, 12 hours a day. But speaking to people about important things, that's different, because streaming sometimes doesn't have a lot of important things. You're just talking shit, So it's kind of easy to talk shit. But this is kind of important, and I would like to, translate this kind of ideas. Anyways, this is it for me. This is it. Thank you for watching, if you watched.